Now let's take a closer look at the numbers here. The murder rate in D.C. is now approaching a 15-year high. Last year, homicides in the districts were up to a staggering 95% from where we stood just 4 years before, and we're on pace for even more murders in the nation's capital this year. And this morning, we are focusing on children who end up in the ER. Children's National Hospital, they created a new role to help connect them with resources to keep them from coming back.
And you might recognize the woman filling that role. She's a longtime gun violence activist who works every day to keep kids out of that world. And Jess Arnold met up with her and joins us now in studio. Jess, tell us more about this position.
Yeah, it's called Gun Violence Intervention Specialist, and essentially it's supposed to bridge that gap between the hospital and the community, help kids and their families connect with the people who are taking care of them in the hopes of guiding them down a different path when they leave the emergency department. A lot of the unfamiliar when a kid ends up in the emergency department.
You can imagine how much anger and hurt those children are in.
Now, a familiar face.
To understand the person who got shot, like, it just makes a world of difference.
Joanna Hardy is making that difference at Children's National Hospital. From now on, she'll be there when 15-year-olds or younger end up in this bed as violence victims.
A lot of the victims of the funerals that I go to, when we do our research, when we look it up, those children have been shot before. Those children have came in for mental health issues. So it's like, how about we catch it before a second time?
Dr. Katie Donnelly's thought exactly. She's the medical director of the Youth Violence Intervention Program at Children's National and applied for the grant that allowed them to hire Hardy.
Finding that reachable moment where we can intervene and say, there are all of these things available to you. Let's get you hooked up with these things. Let's get you someone that wants to listen to you. Let's, get you back in school. Let's think about your future. Is really what drives me and what I want people to take away from this, that we care.
Dr. Donnelly says since January, they've already seen more than 150 kids that could have qualified for this program. For now, it's her, Hardy, and a social worker, but they hope to grow.
I really want to continue to push us to be more accountable to our communities. I think bringing Joanna on is a great first step
toward making kids' first ED visit their last.
When they see that I'm connected to the community, that I know people, that I know their friends, it's like, oh, wow, okay, I can talk to her, I can trust her, and they can trust and talk to me. So it just makes a big difference.
She says it really is already making a difference. Now, they're also part of what's called Project Change. That's Children's National Hospital, where multiple hospitals in the region meet monthly to discuss violence prevention efforts. And now the pediatric voice is represented. Annie, Allison.
I love it. Jess, thank you so much for that story.